Remember when Tim Walz pardoned a convicted child rapist? Governor Tim Walz and Attorney General Keith Ellison tried to shield him in their sanctuary state. Well, Secretary of State Marco Rubio just stepped in and had him deported. Tulu Vang, a Laotian national who repeatedly sexually abused a 10-year-old girl and dismissed it as a cultural thing. An immigration judge ordered him removed back in 2006, but Walz and his pardon board just swooped in to set him free. Thankfully, the Trump administration came to the rescue. Meanwhile, the New York Times is criticizing DHS over a surge in immigration arrests because any arrests are objectionable to these folks. To react, let's bring in Michael Starr, Hopkins Democratic strategist, host of the Burn the Playbook podcast. Michael, thanks for coming on. My core problem with folks on the left generally on this is that Democrats seem not to be able to tell the difference between, let's just say, some hardworking day laborer who hasn't broken any laws once he came here illegally with someone who rapes a 10-year-old. So, I mean, why should anyone trust Democrats on immigration when you've got your VP choice spending political capital to keep a child predator on the streets? It doesn't really make any sense to me.
Yeah, let me say, I don't mean this to be rude. That was a lot of words because labels are what I think is really pissing off most Americans here. This isn't about Democrats. This isn't about Republicans. This is about whether or not we have immigration laws which are being followed and whether they're being enforced. Mm-hmm. And the enforcement mechanism here is going to be the administration. It's going to be administration and ICE. That's been granted by Arizona versus the United States in the Supreme Court. It's been decided. But what hasn't been decided is how we should actually go about rounding people up, whether we should decide that it's only
this wasn't rounding people up, though, real quick. I mean, just on this particular case, I mean, we had someone who made a decision, Tim Walz, to pardon this guy, and it seems like it was intended to make sure that we keep him in this country. So you say it's Democrats versus, it shouldn't be seen as Democrats versus Republicans. I agree with you, but it's the Democrats who are fighting, it seems, to keep these people here, and it's the Republicans who are saying we actually need enforcement at the border and for people who are here illegally.
Yeah, when it comes to the Governor Walz situation, I wouldn't have pardoned this individual. I got to say, I don't know the specifics of that case, but I do practice law. Exactly. So, like I said, I wouldn't have pardoned that individual. However, Governor Walz did, and now he should have to explain that to voters. And that's, I think, at the end of the day, the great thing about this country is that voters, one, will reward politicians who explain things in an honest and authentic way and don't give a BS answer. And two, I think the fact that we actually have politicians who can be held accountable, unlike other countries, is a beautiful thing.
Well, if you can, address my first question. I mean, should an illegal immigrant who commits horrendous crimes be offered the same level of sympathy or protection than someone who's working hard, contributing to society, and otherwise they're following the laws? Because there does seem to be a lack of distinction that's made by Democrats in this case and in these cases.
I think that every individual should be looked at as an individual and should be prosecuted and given the right to a defense as afforded by the Constitution. And so whether you're an immigrant, whether you're an American, or whether you're undocumented, you still have Fourth Amendment rights. And so if you break the law, you should be held accountable.